Task 1. Listen to the text and for each question mark the correct answer A, B, C or D. You now have 40 seconds to look through the task. You will then hear the recording twice.
Today we're talking to Paul Fenton, who's an independent film festival organiser. Welcome, Paul. That sounds like an interesting job. Can you tell us how you got into it?
Well, a lot of people are surprised that such a job exists. And to be honest, it hasn't existed for all that long. Until about 20 years ago, there were only a few well-known national and international film festivals. But in recent years, the number of people interested in unusual films has really increased, and a greater number of film festivals focus on specific interests.
Is the Brief Encounters Festival in Bristol an example of this?
Yes, absolutely. Whereas in the past, a festival might be named after its geographical location, the Chichester Film Festival, for example, now they are more likely to be based on one genre or a type of movie. Brief Encounters is a good example because it screens only short films. A festival might just show films related to immigration or the environment, for instance. Those are very hot topics at the moment.
How should people decide what kind of festival to hold?
Before you decide on a theme or genre, you need to do a lot of research about what's already available in the local area and what people want, how far they would be prepared to travel and how much money they have to spend. Otherwise, a festival is unlikely to last long. One of the things I do is advise people on the market for different types of film, particularly if they are hoping to start a festival that will become an annual event.
Why else might a festival end?
Well, one example is the Phantasm Festival of Horror, Sci-Fi and Fantasy, which took place in London until the late 1990s. It had to stop because it ran out of films to show. The theme just wasn't broad enough. The Sheffield International Documentary Festival, for example, is more sustainable, as there will always be a ready supply of new documentaries.
I see. And what other aspects of organising a film festival do people run into difficulties with?
The primary problem I deal with is that organisers often underestimate the time needed to plan a successful festival. Almost everyone who tries this for the first time misunderstands what's involved in terms of work. That's why there is a need for someone like me to come in from the very beginning and help with the organisation. Most people seem to think it'll take 3 to 6 months at most, but that's just not realistic. You need to realise it will take at least a year to get ready.
What else do they need guidance with?
In my experience, almost everything. Once you've decided what to show, it's important to make sure that the films are available on the dates you've planned. I can help here with legal and copyright issues. New organisers are often not aware of these. Then you need to make sure that the venues are the right size and that you have a publicity campaign in place so that people know about the festival. I've got a lot of experience with these too.
So, it's a lot of work planning a festival.
Yes, it is. Anyone putting on a festival will need to hire administrative staff and a capable manager. You'll need marketing staff who know your local area well and are familiar with online marketing too. Ideally, you'd be able to attract media students as volunteers. There are so many issues to consider, including national regulations on film certification and getting a license to show films from your local authority. My job is to advise my clients on all aspects of the festival and make sure they don't miss anything.